Friends, today we have many more participants. Yesterday we communicated about this online workshop to so many people, those who visited HSRC earlier at the time of Indian Philosophical Congress and Asian Philosophy Conference. So many of them will join, and I welcome all of you. Today's session, let me introduce those who are joining today. We are conducting a series of workshops on the basis of HSRC book Secrets of Holistic Living, written by Sri Jantilal Shah of Mumbai. And he has practiced and he has studied so many religions, so many religious beliefs, scriptures. And he had personal interactions with Dada Bhagwan also for nearly 4 or 5 years. He implemented all those things, tried to implement in his business. He was an industrialist and he jotted down his own experiences. And it augurs well with the HSRC philosophy of applied spirituality. And the original name given by him was applied spirituality. I'm happy to tell all of you today his daughter Arti Ben Vora and his son-in-law Rajesh Bhai, they are also joining, and I requested them to participate. But today they say they will just observe, but next time definitely they will participate, and they will add a lot of value to what we are trying to grasp from this very concise book. As you know, the book is very small, but it is every sentence is concise and it is backed by the author's experience and studies both. Best station. So today we'll cover this topic. The topic title is observation and pattern making. All of us know what is patterns. Okay, you see any natural subject, there are patterns. See the flowers, see the leaves, see the butterflies, see the birds, see how the birds are flying, they make a pattern. Everything in the nature lives in symphony and with a very harmonized manner. You see anything, okay, plants, flowers, animals, even bacteria, okay. Those who have studied biology, they will definitely agree with me. Those who have studied, made microscopic studies also in laboratory, they'll find everything is so organized in this world of nature that that itself gives you a lot of joy. Only thing, the human being too is very, very natural, but due to development of mind and ego, okay, he departs from the nature. And the more and more he departs, the more and more complications he creates. And the less and less his ego normalizes, he comes in tune with nature. So this aspect author has tried explained very is a very subtle topic, but he has tried to put it and articulate it so that we can understand it. Next slide. See, author says that so many things are happening around us, but our observation power, he is talking about human beings. We have ample capacity of mind to observe. But what happens? Normally, our observation goes weaker and weaker as and gradually we become oblivious of what is happening, what is happening in the around us. We are so engrossed in our own thoughts and own hubbub of life that we are unaware of the beauty of natural happenings around us. And in the process, we lose the natural joy of human life. You see, take the example of birds. Birds in the morning, every bird is happy. Every bird is happy and they are singing. You must have seen. Is it happening so in case of human beings? Not. He start his day. We call sometimes it is known as morning sickness. In the morning itself, he feels tired, and just you can imagine what happens throughout the day. So there is something wrong, and in this aspect, this session, this topic, he has tried to elaborate. He says, in present times, the people in general are engrossed in the imaginations of future. Because our mind is never empty, even while sleeping, even in the sleep. Most of our sleep is disturbed sleep. So daytime also, we are in the imaginations of future, worrying and afraid of so many odd happenings, right? Or apprehensive of something may happen, something may not happen of what we want, like that. And it causes living with tense nerves, he says. All our nervous system and mind, always a kind of under tense. Okay. We are either in the memories of the past or we are brooding upon the stored hurts of past, or maybe in the daydreaming, glorifying the past, or planning for the past, glorifying the past, or planning for the future, or imagining. So we are hardly in present because we are hardly in present. What happens is we are oblivious of what is happening around us. So he says, because of this kind of continuous engagement of mind, it is difficult these days for most of the people to develop faculty of observation, right? Because their mind is always preoccupied with unpleasant past or uncertain future. And you see this small pictures in the slide. People are, this is called a multitasking. A single fellow is managing so many tasks at a time, right? Today it is Durga Puja Navami, like the mother goddess, so many hands. And for whether it may be possible, but for all of us, it creates so much of problems. Next slide. Then he says, cleansing the mind improves observation. Now, however, as we empty our mind with regular meditation, every Indian, he has some hereditary meditation or spiritual access, or we contemplate, Chintan we call. We are able to focus our attention on the present with regular paying attention to inwards. What most of our attention is in outward life, but not inward. Outward also, we are focused only on what is related to us. Okay. So, he says the cleansing of mind is required. And then only to the extent we are able to do that, we will be able to make number of observations about ourselves. The pity of the situation is that we are unable to observe ourselves also. What is happening in our body? What is happening in our mind? Okay. What is happening in our family? All those things we are unaware because we always think of everything else, outward things, necessarily or unnecessarily. So we live within the family, but we are in whose midst we live, or the staff members with whom we work. But our observations are not that much clear and proper. Human mind keeps hovering around like a honeybee, okay, like a housefly, always hovering around something or the other, either past experiences or future imaginations, till getting satisfactory. Now, Dada Bhagwan explained this, why the mind is so much unstable. He said the mind requires explanations of everything. Until it gets proper explanation, it will not stabilize. So that is one thing, and the purpose of this session and this program is also that. Next slide. He explains. Now, say, let us add something to this. Then, what is mind? The author says we need to cleanse the mind. But how do you clean it? Dada Bhagwan explains, unless we understand how our mind is created, we will not be able to cleanse it. Right? Even when you try meditation, you will find that it is endless change, endless, and same thoughts come repeatedly, continuously. So that requires, and as in previous session we have seen, whatever surfaces on our memory, that requires satisfactory explanation. Dadaji says, opinion is the father of mind. He has this what in his enlightenment he could see that we store so many opinions continuously in our life. And not only that, we also express those opinions. So he says, when both the things come together, when you create an opinion, now opinion are based upon your attachment and aversion, rag or dvesh. So opinion and language when you express, okay. So he says, હંમેશા મન કોઈ ચીજથી બંધાય તેવું નથી, જ્ઞાને બાજુમાં. Mind can only be contained like a liquid can be contained only in some vessel. Like the mind can only contain with knowledge and a proper knowledge to the satisfaction of mind. જ્ઞાન એકલાથી જ બંધાય એવું છે, બાકી મન કોઈ દાડો કંટ્રોલ મારી શકે. He says you cannot control your mind because mind reminds you that certain things remains ununderstood, not explained, unable to comprehend. He says mind is a mechanical thing. It doesn't require our permission to disturb you. Okay. In your office, people, suppose you are in a cabin, people will ask, may I come in, sir? Mind doesn't say like that. It will drop anytime, even odd times, at the time of meditation, at the time of your prayers, every time it will be. The thing is, as we seen in previous session, just note down what are the main points mind is reminding you. Okay, and then unless you satisfy it, it will continue. Okay. So मन हमेशा सॉल्यूशन खोला करे, समाधान. હવે વિચાર જો हम लोग विचार कहते हैं, तो he says विचार है तो पहला जो अभिप्राय करेला ते निकळ्या करे. All your thoughts are your previous life and some are from the current life also. Opinions about where your happiness lies, where your unhappiness lies. Okay, that is your belief. It may not be lying there, it may not be there for other people, but for you, suppose you say this is I don't like this, that is your opinion. It will continue to hammer you. So અભિપ્રાયથી અહીં મન ઊભું થાય છે. મનની મધર તો લેંગ્વેજ છે. If you express, okay, એ જો લેંગ્વેજ શબ્દ ના બોલે તો એમને એમ મનમાં ઓપિનિયન અંદર રહે. He says suppose opinion is generated but you don't express, then also the mind will not get the strength. Both the things are required. Language બોલ્યો તો મન ઊભું થાય. Next slide. And let us all say, we have discussed that generally we do not observe ourselves, but if we take some time and observe our moods, we will find that throughout the course of the day, our moods keeps on changing. Our moods keeps on changing automatically, right from your 24-hour cycles if you observe. So from hour to hour, morning to evening. Okay, morning we may be in a neutral mood, but reading a newspaper you get disturbed. Okay, something you listen, you get depressed. Okay, that is a continuous process. It is happening effortlessly. There is no effort from your side. The mood keeps changing. This is one thing the author says that you can observe about yourself. Why this happens? The other explains. एक अवस्था 48 मिनट થી વધારે ટકતી નથી. The single similar phase does not last for more than 48. There is a nature system again, right? So whatever kind of good or bad or different thoughts coming to you, please remember it will not continue beyond this. Okay, so it may recur after some time, but continuity will not be there. So this gives us perseverance, patience. This applies to us as well as applies to everyone around us. Suppose somebody in your house has a bad mood. Okay, just wait for some time. Definitely, his or her mood may change. Okay, next slide. Similarly, workplace. Moods in workplace also. When you go to office, definitely you go with enthusiasm as and this when the interaction starts or you start facing problems, then they make you anxious or tense. Sometimes you have to fire people, sometimes you get fired, sometimes quarrels take place, fighting takes place, maybe outside, because may not be outside, but inside also clashes may take place because of certain happenings of your to your likes or dislikes, getting annoyed with repeated frustrations. Your efforts do not succeed and you get frustrated. Your team members may not be okay in tune with your efforts, or you may getting fed up with insubordinate staff or over exacting boss, flattering. Somebody flatters you, you know that he is flattering you if you are a boss, or sometimes you have to flatter a boss, getting fatigued, tired, worn out, inconsistent working. Certain, suppose you are in a service industry, okay, you are constantly facing the customers. So you plan something and it doesn't happen because you are constantly bothered by phones and all these things, and people keep visiting you. So you sometimes you are unable to do whatever you plan. Then you have to do planning, getting excited over success. Sometimes success comes, and sometimes in some other area you face a failure also. Then you may develop craving for more success. So the mood in workplace also keeps changing for you as well as the people surrounding you. That is what the author wants to say, and it is worth observing for us. Next. Then it says if you observe, summarize to one full year, like in accounts you do some balance sheet. Okay, like Diwali is coming, you see what happened in your life during last Diwali and this Diwali. So then we can generalize. We may have prospered in our business, or we may have sometimes lost also. It might have been a good year or a year of family sickness, partitions between brothers, some unforeseen tragedies, riots, earthquakes in present year, epidemics, last Diwali. None of us thought that we'll face this kind of epidemics continuously for more than 6 to 8 months, and we don't know how long it will contain. And throughout the world, entire world comes to a big halt as if somebody has put a brake on the operations of the world. So this may happen. So many things keeps changing. He says every year if we find next slide. Then there are patterns in interpersonal relations also. The author wants to point out that in interpersonal relations also you'll find you have acquaintances with new people, new friends, new customers, new staff members, or you may have changed the job, or your boss has changed, especially this, you think when you are, say, people like me who are transferable continuously throughout the life, okay, every 2 years, 3 years, 1.5 years, like that, continuously situation keeps changing. They enter, people enter in your life, people leave out, leave from your life, or you leave from their life. You are transferred, you change the job, or your role is changed. So, so continuously you'll find 1 to 5 years, then things keep changing. Sometimes it results in bitterness, fights, greed, hostility, trumps, tragedies, and sometimes sweet memories of associations, groups of friends from whom we have parted. Next slide. Like you see, family life cycle also. In family also, we proceed from one cycle to another cycle. In beginning, we start from bachelor stage. Okay. Then married, we become a married couple. Okay. Then for 2 years, 5 years, your nest is empty. Okay. Then children enter in your life, full nest. So first children, second children. Okay. So that is another thing. Addition of children, and then they grow up. You are busy with their education, career development, putting them on job. So many, around 10, 20 years, 25 years. Then again, they leave you, okay, for job. So then your nest again start becoming empty. Okay. And reaching around 60 years, you'll find you are both are two persons only. Like that, you started your marriage life. So that is also a family life cycle. Next slide. But he says patterns repeating every generally. Then after this much of experience, you will find that certain things repeat. Okay, every decade, every 12 years, you will find same pattern repeats. If we take a period, if we think over the past 10, 12 years, certain things keep repeating in our life. Okay, only some new things, some new children may have come, some may have born, some may have died, but certain, say, uh, pattern you'll find in your life and in everyone's life. Next slide. Then all these patterns, if you look back, all these patterns fall into two broad groups. If we group these things, we term it as our fortunes or good lucks, or maybe misfortune or bad lucks. And but we find that they also don't continue all along throughout your life. Alternate one after the other. Previous session we have seen the happiness, unhappiness, fortunes, misfortunes, one after other. They continue and are within, but again, within like a being. Everything, even happiness or unhappiness. If there is some unhappy event, please remember that it will be, there is a limit also, upper limit. Okay. So again, it will be like a swing. This kind of swings we will find in our life. Then we can, even in our individual life, we can see a certain graph. Okay. That we are becoming prosperous gradually, step by step, or we are losing gradually. Okay. Next slide. So, throughout the life, we see a mixed pattern of failures, frustrations, tragedies, successes, fulfillments, triumphs, defeats, that weave the fabric of our life, maybe increasing or decreasing prosperity. But it may be, prosperity may be increasing or decreasing, definitely, but in entire process of this alternating cycle of happiness and happy experiences, it develops wisdom in us. Most people feel wiser and developed every 10 years, he says, including those who lose and those who gain. Failure is a big teacher, we say, right? In Ahmedabad, I met some industrialist. He told that he hires always the people. He gives the job to people, only those who have once or twice failed in their studies. He says they become wiser. Okay, like that. Next. Then we'll find that after the age of 40, many of you who are attending this class are younger than 40 and some are beyond 40 also. You'll find that if people analyze themselves, they'll find themselves in a distinct pattern of either hostility to the people. So after this much of experience, 4 decades, let us say 5 decades, of happy and undergoing happy and unhappy experiences. Maybe some people develop hostility to the people. They think outside people are responsible for my problems. They may be continuously blaming government, maybe society, or some people develop a general neurosis on anything, cynicism like that in previous session we have said. Okay, or maybe a mixture of the two. But the one thing in common is that they think outs, outside situation is responsible for their miseries and continuously retorting toward this government, society, people. Okay, but not inside. That is what you want to pay. So what is lacking? Husband and wife form complementary pattern. Okay, author says husband and wife form complementary pattern, and this has been depicted in our Indian scriptures also. We know this Ardhanarishwar. But the message we have forgotten over a period of time. This millenniums old parikalpana hai ye. So he said, what is lacking in the husband can be found in excess in the wife. General, this is one of the observations of the authors, and we can also make this observation in our own life or our surroundings. So that is a complementary pattern. But this is how the nature helps to run your family. The spouses together, if wisely adjusted. Now, if they forget. So the spouses together, if wisely adjusted and understood, if they try to understand each other and accept the variation in their nature, okay, heterogeneity in their nature, respective nature, it makes a beautiful and fruitful combination. Then only your family life runs. And such is also the divine purpose. They say, no, they're made for each other. Okay. So husband and wife form complementary patterns. Okay. And it takes a lot of time to understand this. But the sooner we understand, better it is, and it gives a lot of benefit and also improves our peace of mind. Next. ब्रदर्स दो भाई आप देखना, टू ब्रदर्स यूजुअली फॉर्म ए हेट्रोजिनस सप्लीमेंट्री पेयर. दोनों भाई है, फिर भी आप देखना कि दोनों भाई एक सरीखे नहीं होते. देयर इज ए change in nature. Even if you see identical twins, there are two types of twins, fraternal and identical. But then even identical twins also, you will find there is a difference. दोनों में difference है, right? बस सप्लीमेंट्री है. ऑल्सो वो बड़े होते हैं जब, तो इन फाइटिंग बिटवीन ब्रदर्स और देयर चिल्ड्रन हैपन्स, डिफरेंस ओपिनियन टेक्स प्लेस. ओके, जब बड़े होते हैं तब, तो दैट इज द नेचर्स वे ऑफ सेपरेशन. तो धीरे धीरे सोचते हैं कि चलो हमें अलग रहना चाहिए, अलग होना चाहिए. दोनों की शादी होती है, ओके, दोनों का स्वभाव अलग होता है. तो धीरे धीरे दिस इज ऑल्सो ए नेचुरल फिनोमेना. एंड दे रीइंटीग्रेट, दूसरों के साथ मिलकर दे लिव द लाइफ और दे डू द बिजनेस. अपना बिजनेस अलग करेंगे. तो ये भी एक नेचुरल पैटर्न है. एक तरह की पैटर्न है. नेक्स्ट. अब आप देखना कि लोगों में कई लोग रेस्टलेस होते हैं, हमेशा हड़बड़ी में ही रहते हैं. रेस्टलेस, एम्बिशियस एंड ग्रीडी पीपल. दिस काइंड ऑफ पीपल आर ऑल्सो देयर. यू विल फाइंड हमेशा उतनी जल्दी में रहते हैं या उतनी बिजी रहते हैं कि कोई चीज वो स्थिरता पूर्वक नहीं कर पाते हैं. So these people also will find, since they are always uneasy, हाँ, स्थिर नहीं है, हमेशा हड़बड़ी में है और दौड़ दौड़ ही करते हैं, दौड़ धूप ही करते रहते हैं, दे वेयर आउट वेरी फास्ट. उनका शरीर और माइंड ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा वेयर एंड टेयर लगता है. देयर आर ऑल्सो एक्सेसिवली ग्रीडी पीपल. देयर सम पीपल यू विल फाइंड इतना लोभी है who destroy the best part of their personality. ये इतना लोभ करते हैं कि फिर उनका 20-25 साल कैसे बीत गया पता ही नहीं चलता है. राइट, कि मैं इतना इकट्ठा करूं, इकट्ठे करते ही रहते हैं एंड दे डोंट हैव टाइम. पैसा के बाद उनका टाइम नहीं रहता है कि मुझे पैसे का क्या करना है. So these different types of patterns of life you will find in this world. Next, and we have to look to our own pattern. हमारे अंदर क्या पैटर्न है वो भी देखनी है. वो कहते हैं कि हैप्पी गो लगी. जनरल पीपल, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल जो है, ज्यादातर लोग दुनिया में जो है वो नॉर्मल पीपल है. मैन एंड वुमेन जो है चलता है, होती है, चलती है, काम करेंगे, सो जाएंगे, ऐसा. तो मेजोरिटी पीपल लाइक ए पिरामिड. ज्यादातर लोग उसी लेवल पर रहते हैं. मगर आउट ऑफ ऑर्डिनरी पीपल, असामान्य लोग, धीरे धीरे जैसे आप ऊपर जाते हो, जैसे पिरामिड में ऊपर जाते हो, ऐसे एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी असामान्य लोगों की संख्या कम होती जाती है. राइट, और जैसे एकदम एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी लोग तो कम ही होते हैं. नेक्स्ट लाइन. तो ये सब क्या है? द ऑथर सेज दिस इज द डेवलपमेंट पाथ. राइट, पूरा नेचर में भी दिन है, रात है, जैसे जिंदगी में भी धूप छांव होती ही रहती है. लाइक दिस इज द डेवलपमेंट पाथ. मिजरी एंड इम्परमानेंट नेचर ऑफ मिजरी. कोई भी दुख है तो भी वो इम्परमानेंट है, सुख है तो भी इम्परमानेंट है, और बारी बारी वो आता रहता है. बट वो क्या है कि नेचर का क्या सिस्टम है? दिस इज द डेवलपमेंट पाथ. ऐसे आदमी का डेवलपमेंट और विकास, इवोल्यूशन होता रहता है. जब दुख होता है, मिजरी और अनहैप्पीनेस जनरेट्स एन इनवर्ड प्रेशर. जब दुख आता है तो आदमी अंदर, उसके अंतस्करण में प्रेशर आता है, तो वो अंदर देखना शुरू करता है. अब देखना कि कोरोना के बाद लोगों ने कई देयर थिंकिंग पैटर्न हैज चेंज. तो अंदर सोचने की शुरुआत करता है आदमी, और उसको टाइम मिला तो वो करेक्ट भी करता है. करेक्ट द वीक लिंक्स, मेरे अंदर क्या गलती है, वो सब उसको टाइम मिलता है. बट जब वो सुखी होता है, व्हेन ही इज हैप्पी, तो फिर वो आउटवर्ड देखता रहता है, मैं कैसे और भौतिक सुख प्राप्त करूं, वो उसकी फिराक में रहता है. सो आदमी जनरली डेवलप. आप अपना भी आप एग्जाम्पल देखोगे तो पता चलेगा कि आपका जो डेवलपमेंट है, इट हैज हैपेंड ड्यूरिंग अनहैप्पी टाइम्स. ठीक है, दिस लाइक ए स्टेपिंग स्टोन्स, वन बाय वन. तो बट अगेन मैन हैज ए लिमिट टू सफर. तो इसीलिए कुदरत सफरिंग के बाद हैप्पीनेस, हैप्पीनेस के बाद सफरिंग लाइक देती रहती है. जैसे दादाजी कहते हैं कि दुख आत्मा का विटामिन है और सुख देह का विटामिन है. Here one example comes to my mind. Suppose this, if you have seen the process of bird coming out of egg, it is a painful process. Like anything, any creation has a painful process. Like a birth process, human being or anything, it's a painful process. Now, because human being is developed, his intelligence developed, he will try to hamper and interfere in the natural process. So few years back I visited Care Hospital in Hyderabad when I was there for medical checkup. There just we are casually talking, and there one doctor explained me that they carried out a research on cesarean babies. Now cesareans are necessary medically, but not to not this much proportion. Okay, maybe 10, 15, 20% maybe they are required, but not always. But it has become a fashion, and it has become a source of income for doctors also. तो बोला कि जब हमने इसका स्टडी किया कि सिजेरियन बेबी का लाइफ कैसा होता है, तो दे डिड ए स्टडी तो पता चलता है कि उनमें स्थिरता कम होती है, पेशेंस कम होती है और टॉलरेंस कम होता है. So like that, because we disturb the natural process of creation. So development path, he says, this is how, because we thought let not the mother suffer, mother thinks, why should I suffer for this labor pain and all those things. Okay, but we don't think what will happen, what will be the thinking of the fetus. हाँ, वो बच्चे को अंदर क्या होगा, बच्चे वो बिना थोड़ा उसको 4 घंटा भी समय से पहले उसको आना पड़ता है. देयर इज ए डिस्टर्बेंस एंड देयर इज ए शॉक on the baby, the mind also. So all those things you can refer on internet and find these kind of things are also there. So any creation, whenever we are in difficulty or unhappiness, the point is author is trying to make is we have to think that this is a development, we are undergoing development process, and like this entire world at present is undergoing a great development process actually. Maybe outwardly looking it looks in difficulty, but you will find so many new and new solutions will come. Like this, our video classes have started. Like that. Next slide. So दादाजी कहते हैं कि दुख आत्मा का विटामिन है और सुख देह का विटामिन है. Now getting fed up with this alternative cycle of happiness and misery, धीरे धीरे बार बार आदमी धीरे धीरे उसको it becomes thoughtful. So after certain experiences, 40, 50, they take to a spiritual path. वो धर्म की तरफ निकलता है, वो सोचने लगता है, कोई क्रिया कांड में जाता है, कोई मेडिटेशन करता है, कोई प्रार्थना करता है, कोई स्क्रिप्चर्स का स्टडी करता है, कोई पवित्र मतलब संत साधु संत का समागम करता है. वो धीरे धीरे वो उस तरफ नेचुरल है. बट दिस ऑल्सो इवोल्यूशन प्रोसेस and this going to this path, because variety of paths are there, especially in Hinduism. You see so many varieties. So this gives them solace. You have choice in Hinduism. You have choice for any kind of. If you don't believe in God, then also there is inclusion. If you believe in God, also there is inclusion. So many variety of paths are available. So people have freedom. They go. They find solace, wisdom. According to समत्व जागृत होता है, एंड स्ट्रेंथ टू गो थ्रू बोर्डम. जो जिंदगी में जो बोर्डम आता है अमुक उम्र के बाद, और सफरिंग ऑफ ओल्ड एज. एंड दिस इज द पर्पस ऑफ अवर बर्थ. अवर पर्पस ऑफ बर्थ अल्टीमेटली क्या है? इवोल्यूशन है. ह्यूमन बीइंग, विद इन ह्यूमन बीइंग ऑल्सो, लाइक प्रीवियस सेशन वी हैव सीन, ह्यूमन बीइंग, all human beings are not equal. Dadaji says there are 14 lakh layers of human being evolutions. Next slide. So this is about our pattern observation and pattern making, and I hope it will help us in observing what is happening around us in nature, in plants, in human beings, and especially in our own body, in our own mind, in our daily routine, in our office, and in our colleagues, and so many things. It gives a great